I would like to make a highlight of the best multiplayer games on mobile that have a great graphic, amazing looks, and also a very competitive gameplay with a different mechanism set. Remember to like this video and please enjoy the video of Top 10 Best Multiplayer Games Android iOS 2025, Top Multiplayer Android 2025. Car Driving Multiplayer. This game will be the best multiplayer game open world with a racing based concept, but also it's not about a racing only because the player can accept so many side quests to earn some rewards. It's very important to do it to upgrade your car and able to compete within the other players at a higher level. Once you are ready, then you can play in PvP mode or player versus player, trying to lead the race to the first position to win the game. The game's control is really good and easy to navigate. The steering sensitivity and how we can turn the car to a different direction is so satisfying. It's kind of a realistic simulator game because it doesn't have any special speed booster, which means your skill is really important to lead the race. While in the open world, get out of the car and explore the world by your own feet is possible. Strenova. Finally, the developer confirmed if this game is going to release into global, and yes, we have been waiting for it for several years since the game announced for the first time. So we should make a team up with your friends or a random matchmaking, make a good teamwork and do a nice preparation to increase your winning chance higher. This new anime game has a very good and unique gameplay mechanism where we can turn ourselves into a paper form and start gliding or move into a certain area. This action will become so crucial to avoid the attack or to reach a certain distance faster. Every player can use two main weapons of a long range as a gun or a close range combat like a sword. Both of the weapons are adjustable in the preparation mode. The game's graphics are really good with a smooth ping connection. Strenova is the best new multiplayer game on mobile and PC. Paint Brawl Color of War. I don't know exactly how the games work later because the game is pretty similar to the Splatoon game on Nintendo Switch. Of course, the company will not let it happen except the game will have a different mechanism looks. At the first sight or the first impression of the player experience, I'm pretty sure between both of the game look pretty identical and totally the same. But honestly, I really love when the game released globally into a mobile platform. The main gameplay is really unique, even the objective mission is really different and out of the box. So we should paint or color all of the area. The team with the most colors area will become the winner. So we are not only focusing on the killing the enemy, but also we should try to do the main mission to decide the winner. Right now there is only a limited number of heroes available, and every single hero will have a different durability, power, and fire speed range. Project A Melee Battle Royale. Finally, someone making a battle royale game but in a different fighting style, which is combat based. Most of the main heroes have a close range combat with a different weapon like a sword or javelin. The main goal is we should try to survive and be the last hero standing and become the winner. It's quite difficult because this strategy is the main key to get a better result. For example, you can kill the enemy one by one or get some better equipment first, or let the other player kill each other, and we only need to hide to wait for the right moment to come. These all are about strategy because killing number is not the main indicator to decide a winner. Right now the combat looks quite clunky, there is some movement set that does not look smooth enough, especially when we start having a brawl. The game's connection is still one of the biggest issues, if the developer want to fix it before releasing it into global. Project City. Any of you ever played this game in the beta? If not, let me tell you how I experienced it. I feel like this game will become one of the best multiplayer games to play. It has a simple gameplay and allows the player to select a different mode, which are Battle Royale and also Team Deathmatch. Both of those gameplay have a different main goal and objective mission. If you love to play more strategically, then the Battle Royale will be the best option. But if you prefer to play more dynamic and rush, then the Team Deathmatch will fit on you. The entire area is quite small, which makes the player explore the map easier. Of course, it will make us clear the battle much faster. Every hero will have their own unique ultimate skill, so we need to hit the enemy frequently to build up the gauge meter. There is some object that we need to gather to gain an extra defense or an extra attack. With a cartoon art style and chibi character looks is enough to attract the player, because this animation is quite difficult to find nowadays. Project City has a huge potential as one of the best multiplayer games on mobile in 2025. Abyss of Dungeons. If you love to play a dark fantasy theme game, then this game will be your best answer. The whole content will deliver a dark vibes in a realistic action game. We should make a team up with our friends to play in a harder mode and challenge the other team to win the battle. I suggest you all to set the best team's lineup based on the heroes' classes, because it will determine your winning chance after. It's pretty important to find the balanced formation between the long range and also close range combat style. Try to make 2 front lanes and 1 back lane. It will have a balanced power within the battle, because every hero will have their own combat style and each of the heroes will have a different play style. We should learn how to use the skill like defending, buffing and also attacking skill. There are so many monsters along the way, and mostly the monster will protect the hidden treasure that we can collect and equip on your main hero to raise the combat power significantly. Garena Delta Force. This game is one of the most ambitious multiplayer games on mobile. Just look at how the game works with so many players in one area at the same time, making this game look so incredible in advance. Even the game ran amazingly and super smooth on my phone without any single lag. The developer, which is Crossout, are successfully optimized it into the mobile platform, and I'm so impressed and would like to give a huge appreciation. The gameplay is very good. It pretty much represents a world war game where more than 10 players are on the screen to do a large scale of war. We should try to eliminate the enemy and reach the forbidden territory once you become an attacker, but once you become a defender, then you should do the opposite thing to defend your main territory. The graphics are really insane, and I would like to declare if it's really close to PC level, especially when you select the maximum graphic. The control navigation is absolutely insane. I don't need to learn how to aim the target because the auto aim assist is really helpful to lock the target from a distance. Unfortunately, you need to download so much extra data inside, but it's pretty worth it. The best multiplayer game in 2025 for Android and iOS. T3 Arena. Make sure you all are ready to play a very competitive game and fun at the same time. This game is one of the top tier multiplayer game on mobile because it has every aspect the game needs to enjoy in multiplayer game. The matchmaking is taking so fast within less than 1 minute. It's because a lot of active players are playing it right now. The combat mechanism is super exciting. Every hero will have their own unique skill as an ultimate power that the player needs to learn and know how to use it. I highly recommend you all to try every single hero to know the hero's weaknesses and also hero's strength. It will help you a lot in deciding which skill we should pick against a certain enemy, or I would like to call it a counter hero. The game's combat mechanism is super interesting with a fast-paced speed level, and also the players who prefer to enjoy a game with a high competitive level will be enjoy playing it. There are a lot of heroes that we can unlock freely as long as you clear the main mission, so I would like to say this game is one of the best no pay to win game multiplayer on mobile in 2025. Crossout Mobile. Surprisingly, this game ported to mobile after a huge success on PC. With a realistic graphic and amazing far view distance will give you a console game's quality on the mobile platform. The ragdoll effect seems pretty detailed no matter what the condition you have been through with your vehicle. I'm sure you will enjoy it so much. We'll have 3 main vehicles to navigate, like a robot, tank and also a buggy. Those 3 vehicles will have a different characteristic. The game is set in a great apocalypse style of a vehicle game, where we will see a lot of abandoned tanks or a robot around. Strategy to gang the enemy will be one of the most important to win. We should try to manage and control the gameplay for doing a teamwork, like a charge straight to the enemy or try to flank and run to the target accurately. But I see some feedback saying the matchmaking is not pretty fair though. I really hope the player will get a balanced matchmaking system to create a fair combat experience. Darkest Day. This is a new multiplayer survival game with a zombie-based concept. We will play in multiplayer and let the player chat with each other in the world chat message. The main gameplay is storyline based, so it's not kind of a sandbox gameplay where we have a lot of free space to explore our creativity, and that's totally different. We should be focused on the storyline and ask a certain NPC to continue the mission. Along the mission, the player will get some hints through the narrator that will explain how the story goes. The number of the zombies that we will face is pretty massive, so we can't beat them all by ourselves. Luckily, some partner will come to join us and he will do a shot randomly to the closest target. I know it's still in development, that's why the game is not optimized perfectly, especially on the rendering system. Need more time to render some objects and some areas that we are just visiting. Best multiplayer game, Zombie for Android 2025. Bonus, make Arena. Old is gold. This word will be good to represent this game. Seriously, this is one of the best multiplayer games in mobile history. Even the player who downloaded it reached more than 50 million. This number is really crazy. After I played, then I understand how this happened. So it doesn't need a high endpoint spec requirements. For mid-range to lowest specification, we'll be able to run the game in ultra graphic setting. Even though the gameplay is really simple, seriously it's super simple. We only need to be concerned about 2 things. The first one is reloading and the second one is aiming. That's it. These all are the best multiplayer game to play in 2025. Of course, those games are playable online and need a connection to run. Remember to like this video and see you on the next list. Thanks.